What if I told you there was a national park where the very earth was burned into a rainbow of colors, where wild horses, descendants of the Old West, still run free, and where a grieving young man found himself, and in doing so, saved America's wild places for generations to come? This isn't Yellowstone. This isn't the Grand Canyon. This is Theodore Roosevelt National Park, one of the most underdiscovered and misunderstood parks in the entire system. And today, we're going to explore why it's a masterpiece you need to see. To understand this park, you have to understand its geology. This isn't your typical Badlands. Millions of years ago, this area was a vast swamp. The ancient plant life was compressed into thick seams of coal. Then something incredible happened. Those coal seams caught fire, burning slowly for centuries. They acted like a giant natural kiln, baking the surrounding clay and sandstone into a hardened ceramic-like rock. The result is this otherworldly palette of burnt sienna, deep purples, and jet blacks. It's a landscape that looks like it was painted by fire itself. But the park's soul isn't in the rocks. It's in the story of the man it's named for. In 1884, a 26-year-old New York politician named Theodore Roosevelt was shattered. His wife and his mother died on the same day in the same house. To escape his grief, he fled to the Dakota Territory to ranch. He didn't find an easy paradise. He found a brutal, unforgiving land that tested him to his core. He learned to ride, to hunt, to survive in blizzards that could kill a man in hours. Here, in the quiet solitude of the Badlands, he began to heal, and he witnessed something that would change him forever. The wholesale destruction of the frontier. The bison herds, once numbering in the millions, were being slaughtered. The prairies were being overgrazed into dust. He realized that this wild, magnificent America was on the verge of disappearing forever. That experience forged his legacy. As president, Theodore Roosevelt would establish 5 national parks, 18 national monuments, and 150 million acres of national forest. He became our greatest conservationist, and it all started here. This park isn't just named after him, it is the physical embodiment of his conservation ethic. It's the cradle of an idea that wild places are essential to the American spirit. Today, the park is a living testament to that legacy, and its most iconic residents are the wild horses. These aren't just any horses, they are a true feral herd, direct descendants of the horses that once roamed this land with native tribes and frontier ranchers. The park manages them as wildlife, and seeing them feels like stepping back in time. They are the ghosts of the Old West running free across the same prairies that Roosevelt himself rode. And while the Badlands and horses get the attention, don't forget the prairie. This is one of the most complete and intact prairie ecosystems left in North America. It's a vast, open sea of grass that feels both endless and intimate. It's a place where you can experience profound silence, broken only by the wind and the cry of a hawk. It's a reminder that beauty isn't always in the dramatic peaks, but sometimes in the quiet, resilient heart of the plains. So when should you visit? Spring and fall are magical. In spring, the Badlands are dotted with green and the wildflowers are in bloom. In fall, the cottonwoods turn a brilliant gold against the brown landscape, and the weather is perfect for hiking. Summer is great, but be prepared for heat and thunderstorms. And winter? Winter is for the truly adventurous. The snow covers the park in a quiet, stark beauty, and the wildlife is easier to spot against the white backdrop. No matter when you go, you'll find something that most other national parks have lost: solitude. Theodore Roosevelt National Park isn't a place you check off a list. It's a place you feel. It's a story of fire and grief, of wild horses and a president's promise. It's a reminder that sometimes the most powerful places are the ones that are still a little bit wild, a little bit rough, and waiting to be discovered. So we've walked through a landscape forged by fire, ridden with the ghosts of wild horses, and stood in the footsteps of a president who saved our wild heritage. Theodore Roosevelt National Park isn't just a collection of scenic views, it's a powerful reminder that our most beautiful places are often the ones that demand the most from us and in return give us the most back. It's proof that healing and purpose can be found in the quiet, rugged corners of the world. My goal with this channel, Underdiscovered Parks USA, is to find more of these places, to tell the stories of the parks that don't make the postcards but hold just as much wonder. If you believe that these hidden gems are worth exploring and protecting, and you want to discover more of them with me, there are two things you can do that will make a huge difference. First, hit that subscribe button. It's free, and it's the best way to make sure you don't miss our next adventure into America's unknown wild. Second, let me know in the comments what park I should cover next. Is there a state park near you that you think is the best kept secret in America? I want to hear from you. Your ideas could become our next video. Thank you so much for taking the time to explore Theodore Roosevelt National Park with me today. Now get out there and find your own adventure. I'll see you in the next one.